Before we begin, this content is provided as educational material only and is not intended to solicit you for any product or service. These materials are not a recommendation by HSBC or any product, service, or financial strategy. The suggestions and recommendations contained within are general in nature and may or may not apply to your particular circumstances. Securities, annuities, and insurance products are not FDIC insured or insured by any federal government agency of the United States. Subject to investment risk include possible loss of principal invested. All decisions regarding the tax implications of your investments should be made in connection with your independent tax advisor. Should you need further assistance, HSBC strongly recommends contacting an independent attorney, tax professional, or financial consultant. Today, you're going to learn about the different types of banks and services that a bank can offer you, some of which you might not have thought of. How a checking account works to help you make the best choices for your situation, the advantages of savings accounts, so that you can see how they fit your personal money management plan, and how to select a bank so you can feel confident in how your money is being managed. You'll also have information to help you choose between the products and services offered. So let's get started and talk a little about what a bank can offer you.
A checking account is a type of account where you deposit the money and then you can write checks to individuals or businesses and withdraw the check or withdraw the cash. You deposit cash or check into the account that's attached to your name. That's the key there. It should be attached to your name. Your account balance is the sum of all the deposits and all the nets and withdrawals and checks that you have written. That's the key there, that you have written. You want to make sure that you have access and a trustworthy person. A trustworthy person has a trustworthy person. Has access to your account. Only individuals named on the account can draw checks, and writing checks lets you use the account, the balance, to make purchases and payments without handling the money. You have a check. Let's say it's a $10 check. And you put that $10 in your savings account. And then you want to take it out of the savings account. And they tell you, no, you can't do it. All right. There are several reasons why. But basically it's this. If it's an out-of-the-state check, if it's a check out of the state or to a personal written check, there are some stipulations that it has to clear the bank. And so that's what they have said to you. Believe it or not, I had an insurance company pay me a big check. And I told you that I have dealt with this bank since I'm 16. Now, I'm not telling you how old I am. But it's been long enough for me to call them by first name. Hey, and yeah, you close that, you got to tell everybody. So when I took it to one of the branches that I don't regularly deal with, they wanted to put a 5-day hold on. I said, give me my check back. Because I can go to the one that knows me, that I have that money in the account, and they will clear it right away. They'll free it right away. But it's the relationship with the bank. It's your relationship with your bank But then there are some stipulations. But I could go through that because I know them and they know me.
Okay, now, but if that incident, couldn't he, if you have an account with that bank, couldn't he have cashed it and they let it sit in his account?
I had that, and I was trying to go, well, wait a minute, I have an account here for the last 50 years, and you're going to tell me I cannot? And they said, no, you may not. So I said, well, give me my check. just give it to me. But the point of it is you need to know what the stipulations that your bank puts on out-of-state checks, personal checks. Those are a lot of stipulations that will cause you to be delayed, to have to wait the time. And sometimes you just have to wait the time. This is a handy little tool for you to help you get it. Now let's just go crazy. Because Letha Wilson loves potato chips and soda. And the average potato chips and soda from that vending machine is what amount? About 50 or 125. Well, which one you on? Because my sodas are now $1.50. And my chips and my chips are, and if I get chips, I gotta get some candy too. So I had put $4 every day into that. I had put $4 into that vending machine. So slide on down to $4. If I decide to put that $4 in my bank, if I decide to pay myself, my goodness, in a year's time, I will have $1,460. What will I have in 5 years if I leave those potato chip sodas in? That's a lot of money going into those machines. Compound is a little different. Compound uses the balance, whatever the balance is. So in the first year I put in 1,000. The compound says, oh, okay, we're paying 2.5. We will give her $25. Second year, oh, we're paying her 2.5. We're going to give her $25.63 because that is what 2.5 is of $1,025. So you need to make sure you have an understanding and you check with your bank to find out what they are doing and how and why. And you have this page to help you, as well as it's also listed in, for those of you that have the books at home, there's a banking book and there's a full chart on calculating the interest in the back of your book. Those of you that don't have the books, we're going to see that you get them. But those of you that already have the books, you look at the banking book for the interest. Interest is tough, but it's worth you understanding. It's worth you doing it. Okay. Yes.
Say you started with $1,000. I think I know the answer. You started with $1,000, and you keep, you don't keep it there. You take money out. You know what I mean?
Then remember, if it's simple, whatever the balance was is what it's going to get paid on. There are hidden fees. They are very obvious. They're very open. It's not secret. It's just we didn't know to ask it. We did not know in advance to ask it, to find out. So that's what this class is about, is finding out. What are the kinds of things that you need to ask?
Like when you want to transfer money from one institution to another. And sometimes some banks charge for a transfer.
That's right.
But you ask, and
they may not.
And they may not.
They may not.
Because I do from one institution to another.
Well, as old as I am, I have used the same banking institution since I was 16 years old. Now, the fun part is the name has changed 3 times. It is from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. But I've been at the same branch. So when I go in there, I say, look, Shirley, what happened here? And she says, well, that's a new car. Not for me. And she said, you're absolutely right. And then she'll erase it. So you do have some leverage. Go in and ask them about it. But now, it has to be accounted in good report. Now, you can't have an insufficient bank account, wrote 20 bad checks, and then go in there and tell them you ain't paying for the bad checks no more. Well, if you didn't put the money in, you can't take it out. So you want to keep that good report.